King Nebuchadnezzar completed his conquest of Israel in 605 BC. He was the largest empire of the known world. His task was to unify the many peoples of the conquered nations. Our first scene is King Nebuchadnezzar meeting with his advisors. There is no such meeting recorded in the Bible, but perhaps there was something that happened a little like this.
Well, advisors, I need your thoughts on how to unify our great empire. Any ideas?
I know. How about we host the Olympics?
We can't do that. Only the Greeks are allowed. The World Olympics will begin for another 2,000 years.
Pizza party?
Nah.
Soccer?
Nah. I've got it. Just let's engineer a colossal edifice comprised entirely of a transitional atomic number 79 and impel the multifarious multitudes of prostrate themselves before it. Make a giant gold statue of everyone to bow down to it. Religious centralization, people.
I think you got something there. So long as the statue resembles moi. Hey, we're building a 90-foot statue. We need a little more time.
King Nebuchadnezzar made an image of gold 90 feet high and set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. He then summoned the satraps, prefects, governors, advisors, treasurers, judges, magistrates, and all the other provincial officials to come to the dedication of the image he had set up. So, the satraps, prefects, governors, advisors, treasurers, judges, magistrates, and all the other provincial officials assembled for the dedication of the image that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up, and they stood before it.
Nations of peoples of every language, this is what you were commanded to do. As soon as you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, pipe, and all kinds of music, you will not do the hokey poke, nor turn yourself around, but drop to your knees with your head to the ground, or prepare your doom. Everybody ready? Cue the music!
What? Bring them here.
Shouting over the deafening sound of the flames. That's not some cozy little campfire you've got there. Those three boys are defying you in the face of a roaring, screaming, gigantic furnace. They can hear it, they can smell it, and they can definitely feel the heat from where they stand. You've got to shout over the noise.
Sir Narrator?
Yeah?
I don't hear anything.
Well, this is a low-budget skit. You'll have to use your imagination.
Well, I am the king, and by virtue of the fact, I order you to come up with some sound effects.
Huh?
You heard me. Why don't you snap, crackle, and pop into the microphone of yours? That's better. Now where were we? Oh yes, you three. When you hear the sound of the horn, flute, zither, lark, harp, pipe, and all kinds of music, if you are ready to fall down and worship the image I made, very good. But if you do not worship, I will throw immediately into the blazing furnace. Then, what God will be able to rescue from my hand?
King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God who should will be able to deliver us from it. And he will deliver us
Even if he does not, we want you to know, Your Majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship whose role you have set up.
What? I want to serve the furnace 7 times hotter. Tie these men up to the furnace with you.
Wow, that's hot.
The king's anger began to subside. His heart swelled with pride and satisfaction at the thought of the 3 boys I can't say it,
Say it.
all barbecued through.
That's right.
But that's not what happened.
Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw them into the fire?
Certainly, Your Majesty.
Look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound, unarmed, and the 4th looks like son of the god of the... Son of the god. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God. Come out, come here.
So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire, and the satraps, prefects, governors, and royal advisors So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire, and the satraps, prefects, governors, and royal advisors crowded around them. They saw that the fire had not harmed their bodies, nor was a hair of their heads singed. Their robes were not scorched, and there was no smell of fire on them.
Seriously? I can't roast a marshmallow without smelling like a campfire for the rest of the day?
Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel to rescue his servants. They trusted in him and defied the king's command and were willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own. Therefore, I decree that the people of my nation or language who say anything against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego will be cut into pieces and their house be turned into a pile of rubble. Therefore, no other God can save in this way. Hey, would you guys like a raise?
And the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon.